The idea of style and competing for the best style is the key to all forms of rocking. For the rap MC, it's rocking the mic. For the b-boys, it's rocking your body and breakdancing. Or for writers, rocking the city with your name on a train.
Get funky in the place. Get funky in the place.
Okay, hi, I'm b-boy Gavin from Tourism Crew, Mighty Nomads and NTU Breakers. What happened was my friend introduced me to break dance. So he showed me some clips of b-boys from YouTube. I decided to try something new after O-levels. So basically we started going for some classes, then yeah, 10 years later, I'm still doing it. For me, it's quite simple actually. Hip-hop for me is basically something I get to do after my work, hang out with my friends, going for jams, this kind of stuff. Yeah, so it's more like a hobby and a way for me to get to know new friends and catch up with old friends. I do a lot of power moves. When I dance, I'm more attracted to like dynamic moves, the spinning move. Whenever I dance, I focus a lot on dynamics. I think that's what separates me from other people. I think if you're new and starting out, my advice would be make sure you are doing what you like. For me, I like to try to learn a lot of new moves. Just know what you want from starting breaking. Yeah, if you want to win competitions, then yeah, of course go for it. If you just want to learn to be able to do crazy moves, then yeah, just go for it. Or if you just want to do it for fun, then of course, just go for it. Yeah. So for me, it's more of just do what you like, so long you're happy. Yes.
Hi, my name is Clem, representing Lots of Nanya, TOG and NATH. I started breaking when I was 16. I thought like the moves was pretty cool, so I started to learn, and then slowly I got involved myself into the graffiti culture. And the first person who taught me graffiti was Hashru. When I started graffiti, because initially when I was young I liked to draw, and particularly in alphabets. But I didn't know that there's this thing called graffiti. But after I was exposed to this, I was kind of like addicted, and slowly it became a form of escape from the reality, from the stressful world. So yeah. I've been to Melbourne, Indonesia, Taiwan and Thailand. I've done small little pieces over here and there, and it's a very different culture from the other countries compared to Singapore. To me, hip-hop is a platform for me to be myself. It's like a very personal space for me to do whatever I want to do, so that there's like nobody that's going to judge me. Is that I am going to be the one that's judging myself. So yeah, I wouldn't say separate from other artists. I would say if you are yourself, if you are being yourself, then that will definitely separate you from the rest. So it doesn't matter what you do or if you have the same thing with other people, but deep down, if you know you are being yourself, you know you are different from the rest. Find a proper name for yourself, then keep sketching, and then at the same time study about the history and the culture, because it really helps me a lot in involving my own style, and of course to keep continue doing. Yeah. For my name, it was given by a very good friend of mine, so I took it from there. But if you don't have like nobody gives you a name, you can always find something that it means something to you. It has to be like, it don't have to be like something that's cool. It can be like, example like a carrot, you know, like if you love to eat carrot, I mean, carrot is meaningful to you, just use the word carrot. You just have to bring meaning to what you do.
Yeah, so my name is Keith. I'm a b-boy and I'm also a graffiti artist. Representing Preschool Funk, Mighty Nomads and Floor Bandits. And I've been breaking for about 5 years plus now, and I'm doing graffiti for about 1 year. Yeah, so I just started. Okay, so how I first started out breaking was when I went online to look at breaking videos. Then I saw this guy doing footwork. It's quite cool. So I wanted to learn it, but I don't know where to learn it or who to learn it from. So I tried to search for some online tutorials and started up, try myself at home. Then I met this guy in my secondary school who performed for my Chinese New Year some celebration. So I saw that he was a b-boy. Then I went to ask him and teach me. Yeah, so he taught me from there. Then for graffiti wise is because hip hop has 4 elements, right? So you got b-boy, you got DJ, you got MC, and you got breaking. And when I moved on to poly, I knew that there were some people who were doing graffiti, so I wanted to explore the options. Okay, so I think hip hop to me is something that is closely related to my heart because every time when I feel down, when I feel like I need a break from life in general, I always turn to hip hop, be it breaking or graffiti wise. So whenever I hear a song, I feel like grooving. Whenever I see people break, I feel like breaking. Whenever I see people draw, I feel like doing my graffiti stuff. So it's like a release for me away from everything else, and it's something special because it's not something that everyone appreciates it. So you must be involved with it to truly understand and appreciate what it's all about. For breaking wise, because one of my major inspirations is B-Boy Cloud. So the way he breaks is very different from the rest, and he adds his own flavor, he adds his own element of creativity. So I feel that from that aspect, I wanted to do something that is different from the rest. I wanted it to be me. And I want people to look at my breaking and go like, oh yeah, this kid, So without a doubt, I apply that to my graffiti as well. I learned the basic fundamentals, but from there, then I try to add in my own stuff. Whenever I've taught something new, I always think of how to do it my own way, because that's what the hip hop is all about as well. The bite is a term used in hip hop that is used for copying other artists. And back in the day, last time, it used to be something very big. Like people will go, oh, he bite his shit. But nowadays, it's not as much, it's not as serious, but it's still good to have originality because it determines like who you are as a person. It says a lot about you, and it's not something that other people can take away from you. When you're first starting out, you may want to focus more on the history itself, like go and learn about the history, because most of the people that first started out this kind of thing, they'll just be interested in all the flashy stuff and what makes them popular among their friends or something like that. But it's not really about that. It's more about appreciating for what it really is. Go and understand. Knowledge is also a part of the culture. If you don't have knowledge, then you won't get far because you cannot understand how it was first originally derived, and you cannot appreciate it for truly what it is.
What's up everyone, my name is Koflo, representing Singapore from Radical Force, Syndicate, Oligo. I'm a DJ first and foremost. I'm also a music producer and a turntablist. Yeah. Who or what? I think mainly it's the skateboarding culture that influenced me into hip hop, because the time when I was skateboarding, when I was like 15 years old, and all the video tapes that we collected that has skate parts in, they all have like hip hop soundtrack. And then after listening to all the soundtrack, I figured out like this is the kind of music that I kind of like, and I didn't know what it was called. And then later on, we know it was rap, and then it was hip hop, and from there on, I picked up DJing, and yeah, the rest is history. And then I learned about the hip hop history and funk history and all that stuff like that. Yeah, I have always been a creative student. Like as a kid, I was always the guy who can really draw. I wasn't interested in school or anything. It was just things that could be creative. I could be creative with. But as a kid, my parents couldn't afford to buy a piano for me or a guitar and stuff like that. And I lived in a HDB with like 7 people in it. There's no way you can fit a piano, right? So So that music aspect has been left off for a long time, and then I started DJing part-time because there was just, my mom just kind of like owned a like little nightclub, and she needed someone to like take over and help out. And I learned DJing through just playing CDs. But at that time, I was playing cha-cha music mainly for, like people to dance to, like old people to like line dance to and stuff like that, So that wasn't what I loved. And then till one day I went to my friend's house and I saw him having the turntable, and I was like, hey, that's the kind of DJing I want to get into. And when I get into, I'm like, that I don't know, that whole passion just kind of overwhelmed me, that like I end up being a kid that was never at home to the kid who is at home 24/7, just scratching on a turntable for like 10 hours, 12 hours per day, and yeah, that kept me going. And eventually, I won the DMC and my career took off. Yeah. Hip hop means to me a lifestyle, a universal language that I can meet a lot of different people. Just like skateboarding as well, I think in hip hop, especially in b-boying or graffiti, is that you can hang out at one place and you'll be 50-year-old or 60-year-old still, doing graffiti or breaking, but you will be hanging out with an 11-year-old kid who is also breaking. And we don't really look at your race or whatsoever, and that's what draws me into it, because I've always been a kid that hangs out in the street, and hip hop allows me to do that, to be able to be around everyone that from everywhere. Yeah, I think it's all about creativity and being unique. Like you want to stand out from the other DJ, especially. I don't think it's very tough today, especially because there's so many DJs that just download music off the same platform, and everybody download from the same platform. But pretty much, if you are just a club DJ, you play pretty much exactly what everyone else is playing, unless you know how to remix a song, or you know how to create tension in the dance floor, and the feelers that matters, the song that matters. The song that matters are not actually the song that are popular, it's the song that is in between the ones that are popular. And how do you drive the crowd towards that? And that's how you create a unique set for yourself. Yeah. I think being a DJ is like the backbone of hip hop, we create the beats for the rappers, We put on the jams for all the b-boys to dance to, or the dancers to dance to, and because of that, everybody has, and honestly, hip hop has evolved so much. As a producer perspective, if you hear anything that is 4/4, that's house music, and if you hear anything that is broken beat, that's hip hop music, So by that, like even trap music, I think it has so much hip hop influence and stuff like that. Dubstep has so much hip hop influence, and even dancehall today has so much influence by hip hop as well. And music, it's always cross collaborating with each other to create different sort of genres of music. But the essence of it doesn't run away, the essence of it is still hip hop pretty much. And today, when you go to a dance battle, you not only hear funk music anymore or hip hop music anymore. You go to a dance battle, you hear house music, you hear dubstep, you hear like things that you never hear before, like bass music and stuff like that. And that's how things has evolved. But essentially, when we put together, we are still hip hop.